kitchen. Today I am going to do another seasonal favorite. And actually I just wanted to tell you all the reason why, the reason why I cook with seasonal ingredients, especially now at this time of year. I think actually I'm just so passionate about using everything that's local, available, in season, and trying to cut my food miles down. Just like everybody else, I absolutely adore having blueberries and avocados all the year round, but I am trying to consciously think of my choices. And actually in a month's time, I'll be able to go and pick blueberries at the Explore Blueberry farm. So I'm really excited about that. I will have to do something with them on my recipes for you. But today we're going to make a chimichurri sauce, which is a great it's like a pesto. It's great for grilling, marinating, it's fabulous with fish and meat, it's so versatile. And I'm going to use what I have in the garden. I don't know if anyone saw my stories earlier. I've got a herb garden in an old bath that was taken out of my house. And I have got so much coriander, and it's completely bolted and it's got beautiful flowers on it. So something for the flower arrangement maybe, but I'm going to use what I've got. And I've got lots of coriander, and I've also got lots of oregano and mint, and I've actually got lots of rosemary as well. So today we're going to make my version of a chimichurri, which is in my garden, or growing in pots or whatever you have. I'm growing lots of lovely basil in a pot at the moment. So I'm going to show you what I do, and you can substitute it, because actually a classic chimichurri is with lots of parsley, and I haven't got much parsley, so I'm not going to use that today. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and I will put the recipe on later in the show notes. So we're going to start with some garlic. I'm going to take 3 cloves of garlic here. And an easy way to peel the garlic is just by pressing with a hard knife onto it, like that. And then it just peels away. There we go. So everything is going to be popped in a blender or a chopper, or I've got my pestle and mortar here, but it's quite hard to do it in a pestle and mortar unless you've got lots of time. I tend to make a batch, which this is a batch, and I keep it in the fridge for up to a week, or it can be frozen actually for up to a month. So here's my garlic, and I'm just going to chop that and pop it in my pestle and mortar. There we go. My bowl. There we are. This does not need to be done by hand, by the way. This could all be done in a mixer, but I'll pop it all in for you to see what we're looking at. So that's 3 cloves of garlic I've got here. And we're going to also take a red onion. And chimichurri is it's basically a pesto without any nuts or anything like that. So it's nut free, which is great for anyone with a nut allergy. And it's really brought to life by the red wine vinegar we're going to use in it. I have used other vinegars, what I've had in the cupboard, and I especially always have some wonderful cider vinegar, local to here actually. So I'm going to peel my onion, and again I'm going to chop that finely and put it into the bowl. So I'm going to cut it in half, and if I show you, I'm just going to make an incision, 2 incisions, and I'm going to cut some lines into it like that, all the way down, keeping the root end intact, and it'll hold together as I slice. There we are. Try and slice it and not cut my finger off as I'm talking to you. Okay, it's gone everywhere, but anyway, you get the gist. You're looking for some fine slices, little bits and pieces. Little pieces that you can, again, we're going to put this all in a processor later on. There we are. Pieces in there. And I'll just do the other side for you. This is really quick actually, so it's a great sauce. And I'm going to use it today. I'm going to marinate some skewers for the barbecue. It's also great on, you know, if you put it on a piece of lamb or some beef or lamb, fish. I love it with salmon. It goes really well with salmon. So pop all that straight into my bowl here. We are. Oh, I know the trick for not crying with onions. Look, I'm crying. Is to have contact lenses, I understand, but I don't have contact lenses, so maybe one day. And I'm also going to give it a bit of a kick. I'm going to put half a chili in with mine. You don't have to have chili in yours. I have a bit of a divided household. Some people like spicy food and some people don't. So I'm going to just put half this chili in, cut it into thin strips, and again into small pieces. There we are. There. And that's my chili in. So we've got, so far to recap, we've got the garlic, the onion, and the chili. So now here I have got some lovely oregano that I've just picked. And I'm just going to take it off the stems. It actually says, if you, in the recipe I've been using, that if you want to, you can put the stems in. But I've done that actually earlier, I'll show you. And it's quite hard to get rid of, they're quite woody, these stems. It's quite hard to get them to blend down. So if you've got lovely soft stems, pop them in. But if they're a little bit harder and woodier, I would take off the leaves of the stems, which I'm going to do here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it into a little cup here. And we're going to have 1 cup of oregano leaves. And at this point, if I had parsley, I would also do 1 cup of parsley, but I don't. So there we go. So, or if you've got mint in the garden, mint is a lovely herb to use as well. Parsley, mint, all the soft herbs that are out now. So there we go. That's 1 cup of oregano, and I'm just going to pop that in there. Because that doesn't need pre-chopping, because when it goes in the blender, that'll just chop down because it's all lovely and soft. Now this one is my bunch of coriander. So I'm going to make 2 cupfuls of coriander, and I'm just going to pull this. So I'm going to keep the soft stems, these soft stems here, no problem. I'm just going to pop them in my cup. Anything that's slightly harder, I'll pull off the stems. So this is quite a thick stem here. I'm just not going to use that, I'm going to discard it. You can use that for something else, a stock or a sauce or a nice soup for flavouring a soup. Cook it down and be fine. So I'm going to make 2 cups of coriander here. The smell is amazing. And there we go. Put that in there. And I am going to just pop that in my bowl. 1. And 1 more cup. I'm going to strip the leaves off like that and keep the non-woody stems. I've even got some flowers. I'm going to pop those in too. There we go, nearly there. There we are. Bit more. And this gives a really a great coriander taste to this one. But as I say, parsley is a traditional and it won't be so coriander. So at this point, you could add another cup of parsley to it, and that would just take that slight edge off the coriander. So I'm going to pop that in. So that's ready to go. That whole bowl is ready to go into a blender. And what I'm going to add to that is 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. If I show you here. Got my bowl here, and just going to add 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. That's lovely. And then this recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Now, to be honest with you, I think that's personal taste. When you get your, I'll make one here, 1/3 of a cup here. Ready to go, and I would just pop that in as it's blending. So I'm going to show you what I've got here. So I've got everything ready. I've popped my all the ingredients in except for the salt and pepper, which is very much to taste. I've just got a little bit, I'm going to put 2 turns in, and I'm going to put a pinch of salt as well. There we go. And then literally pop it in your blender. I'm going to show you, here's one, Blue Peter moment. Here's one I made earlier. And so that is it there. It's all pulsed up. You can still see the red onion. I left some of the stalks in, so it's actually quite, it's not a very smooth paste, but it's delicious. And so what I do is I literally pop the whole lot in like that, and I would go again, and I would whiz it up and add the oil as I'm going along. I probably start with, we've got 1/3 of a cup here, I probably start with half of that and add it as it's necessary. And I'm going to show you actually what I'm going to do with mine tonight. So that is your basic chimichurri recipe. And this is what I'm going to do with mine tonight. I have made some skewers here. I've got some lovely rosemary growing, and I have literally popped on here some halloumi cheese, some red peppers, and some aubergine. Cut them, and I just pop them in the oven for a few minutes just to soften them so that I can thread them onto the skewers. I don't know if anyone's ever had a go at threading rosemary skewers, but it's great fun and they're delicious. You can literally then just pop those in the oven with the sauce on. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of this chimichurri. I'm going to just pop a little bit here all over it. And as that cooks in the oven or on the grill, it'll all melt down and give you that fantastic flavour, just like that. And also you can have it, you don't have to cook with it, you can have it on the side, so you can put those, cook them either in the oven or on the grill outside. The barbecue is a perfect day, it's the most wonderful sunny day here. And eat that, melt it down, cook, and then just have the chimichurri on the sides as a delicious salsa. So let me know if you have a go. This is my chimichurri sauce. Really versatile, pesto type sauce. Have a go and let me know. I'm sure you all might have had a go before, and see which are your favorites. Personally, I think at this time of year now, with the coriander coming to season, gorgeous. And then a little bit later on, I'll continue with the mint as well. Anyway, have a lovely day, and thank you so much for watching Flora's Food and Kitchen. And I'm going to sign off now, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.